Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for being in-game. Normally I'd be sitting at like the title screen or whatever, but I'm a little bit scared to do so right now because of the server issues they were having. Like, they had the maintenance, and then they had the, oh hey, something's wrong, yo. And I'm not even sure if it's actually fixed. I just got lucky enough to actually successfully get in. Dragonflight was good. Most people can agree with that general basic premise. And now that we acknowledge the idea that Dragonflight is good, most people were thinking, is it going to stick the landing? What's really funny is anybody who's paying attention knows that both WoW and FF14 were in the exact same boat at pretty much the exact same time for pretty much the exact same reason. Endwalker was legit. Dragonflight was legit. Now what? Are we going to have continuation? Is it going to continue being good? Are we going to backslide? You know, there's all kinds of options. So a lot of people, myself included, were staring at Dawn Trail and War Within with just kind of bated breath. Like, okay, I know Metzet's back and he's awesome. Not just because he has charisma, but a degree of sincerity and honesty and actually knew what the hell he was talking about. But will War Within stick the landing? Answer that. Let's go ahead and jump right in to this. Oh, really quick. For those of you wondering, yes, this is just the launch content. This is, for all intents and purposes, the caught up stream. Just like FF14 covered the launch content for Dawn Trail, this is now covering the launch content for War Within. And once we've done so, both WoW and FF14 will be in a caught up state. Going forward, we'll be doing leapfrogging. Patch, launch, patch, launch. So the next WoW stream would be later this year, probably close to winter this year, in Patch Within. For now, we're actually going to play this one first. I've actually seen this one. It's whatever. It's fine. I do love the metal. A really close look at the metal hair of the earthen. And a woman who looks like she's from Diablo 4, which the very first time I saw this immediately made me dislike this. Weird creepy troll lady. Also kind of made me go, huh? Now, I actually commented on this trailer when it dropped. Allow me to go on record is repeat what I said then. I'm not actually impressed. Like, it's good animation, but... And? So, feel free to enjoy that as the worst-rated cinematic we've ever had for the WoW cinematics we've showcased. So it's like, okay, whatever. Then there's the other one.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I'm not that person anymore! I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Hear me.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
That was a hell of a moment, if you remember that. When they first showed that, like, if paying attention to it, going back through it, you could see the pieces, you could see the build-up. It's actually pretty obvious that they're in Silithus in hindsight, but nobody really quite caught it because we were also wrapped up in the amazing character stuff that was happening. But then the camera finally pans out for the first time, and it's suddenly obvious why they've been doing so many close shots. Because, yeah, there's Sargeras' sword right freaking there! Oh my god. The way that Anduin pulled the second Lich King's pose out of pain. The fact that Thrall stabilized his trembling by bracing his outstretched sword against his chest. Yeah, no, that is probably the actual best cinematic we've ever had right there. I'll have to part and parcel some of the pauses on it later, but that crushes. There was so much density to what was going on, too. God, yeah, and that's, I'm not even getting into like the technical side of things. The amount of work that went into Anduin alone is insane.
There is a vision being seen across Azeroth. A radiant song. We believe it's a warning, but we're unsure of its meaning. Meet me in Silithus. We must ask Azeroth's speaker what this vision means.
Another vision. You saw it too.
They're growing stronger.
What sword? So, first time we see new Anduin over here. Still got some of his old armor. And he's grown a beard. And a lot of trauma. Always helpful.
The way forward will not be easy.
Hang on. Which cinematic is
From
this?
the moment the Dark Titan Sargeras plunged his colossal blade into our world, crucial events were set in motion. Magni Bronzebeard heard the cries of Azeroth, giving up everything to answer her call.
Since being wounded by the Mad Titan, Azeroth has been crying out in pain.
As her dutiful speaker, he rallied the champions to her aid, and ultimately to confront the return of the old god, N'Zoth. It was during this conflict that Xal'atath, a mysterious entity of the Void, made a deal with N'Zoth, freeing her from the cursed blade that bound her essence within.
Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
After she vanished into the darkness, N'Zoth was confronted by the mortal champions and destroyed, ending the old god's reign of terror. But they were not the only malevolent force with its eyes set on Azeroth. For soon, the sky was sundered, the Shadowlands split open, and our heroes were pulled into the realm of death itself.
Yes, Linear.
Go, champion! Go!
It was there that Anduin Wrynn endured the worst. Captured, tortured, and through dark domination magics, forced to commit terrible acts against his will.
I'm afraid that if I call on the light, it won't answer.
Scarred and shaken by his experience, he vanished, his whereabouts unknown. After the threat of the Shadowlands had been quelled, the dragons of Azeroth returned to their ancestral homeland. It was here that the primal dragon, Iridikron, broke free of his prison, and in pursuit of vengeance upon the Titans who he felt had stolen our world, he secured an ancient, powerful artifact, the Dark Heart.
When the Titans come to reclaim their prize, I will be waiting.
As word of this new threat started to spread, people began experiencing strange visions. The Radiant Song.
It's being heard all across Azeroth. The Council doesn't know what to make of it.
It was then that Illyria Windrunner, a deadly huntress who had harnessed the powers of the Void as a weapon against the darkness, was summoned to investigate.
We still don't know what this Dark Heart relic is capable of, but we do know it's in the hands of someone called the Harbinger.
It was not long before Illyria discovered the Harbinger's true identity. Xal'atath, the mysterious figure, was once again on the move. While neither Xal'atath nor the Dark Heart could be found, her mentor, the enigmatic Locust Walker, issued Illyria a dire warning.
The radiant visions you spoke of are the very same my people had before our world was consumed by the Void Lord Dimensius.
Could Xal'atath be seeking that same fate for Azeroth?
You must find a way to stop her. If you cannot, then Azeroth is already doomed.
Surprisingly effective recap. I've noticed that they did that in a couple other quests back in Dragonflight, mostly like heritage stuff. And that's logical. Remember, not only has it been a while, and, you know, they've been... Okay, so first of all, it's been a while. Not everyone remembers this stuff like I do. Second of all, they've been really trying to focus on the story a lot more, pretty much since the end of Dragonflight. Like, no really, we're actually really planning out and having a very strong story-focused thing going henceforth. But the third thing that really caught me about that is Dragonflight is kind of the new beginning of WoW. If I could share something that's been kind of a revelation to me, for the longest time I've given a lot of different answers for how you should play WoW if you wanted to jump into it fresh. Like, if you've never played WoW before, how do you do it right now? I've got a new default answer. You should just play Dragonflight. Go through Exile's Reach, get used to the game, and then go to Dragonflight, and then go to War Within. Almost every major story beat before is something that is properly summarized in the modern stuff. I noticed this. In fact, in some cases, the modern summarizations are frankly better than the originals. I'll use this specific example. During the Human Heritage quest chain, which I know is a heritage quest, but still, they do a very good recap and summary of the Onyxia quest chain. Better than the actual vanilla Onyxia quest chain did of handling its own story. There's several examples of this, and I've been noticing as we were going through Dragonflight, periodically people would be like, hey, would you like to explain what this is? Why are you here? Who are you? Why are you doing this? You know, there were little details like this all over the place because new players, right? And people who forgot. Actually, yeah, Xavion. So, yeah, no. I'm completely down with that. That is a surprisingly effective way to be like, hey, here's what you missed, yo.
Loktar.
So, what's this one?
From the moment...
Okay, that's just a recap. I'm just making sure.
I will help if I can.
Anduin? Where have you been? Nowhere in particular. No need for a destination when I was only trying to run. From my kingdom, from the Alliance, from myself. But I was sent this vision for a reason. Can't keep running. Not from this.
Will I be forgiven?
You're the only one who could do that, Anduin.
Thromka, together, we are...
Funny fact, by the way. FF14 has this habit of naming the last quest in the launch MSQ after the expansion. Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers. Here, they've been doing it the opposite. The first quest of the expansion is named War Within.
For Azeroth.
I can also skip all this, but I'm not doing that.
Let honor guide.
There's strong evidence that the Radiant Song is a warning from Azeroth herself, a cry for help. That's why we're here. If this vision truly is Azeroth's message, Magni will know what she's trying to tell us. He should be in the Chamber of the Heart. Let's go.
Let's hope Magni has some answers.
I hear no one's seen him for a few years.
He'll be there. He has to be.
I should also mention that we're leaving the part where I'm going to have a lot of answers for you, story-wise.
We've been trying to
If this is about the visions, I'm nae interested. Leave me alone.
Azeroth needs its speaker, and so do we.
Magni?
We cannot let the world fall to darkness.
Who is calling for help?
Well met.
Yeah, notice literally his model is no longer like the really bright, glowing diamond. He looks like slate, almost.
Even now I'm bound to serving Azeroth.
I know why you're here. It's the visions, Azeroth's voice, heard all across the lands. You thought I would know what she's trying to tell us. Well, you thought wrong.
Keep fighting, champion.
I haven't spoke with Azeroth in years. First, I just didn't feel the need. Then I realized I'd started to resent her. For leaving me like this. I know I'm not sure if I can. But I know the stakes. The radiant song of hers foretells something dire. We need to know what. First, we need to prepare the heart chamber. Can you start up the consoles nearby?
I'll press on till Azeroth is done with me.
Oh, God, look at those lines.
Speak up. I got no counsel for you. No advice. I'm speaking for no one these days. Look, I'm not dead yet. For Azeroth.
Oh my God.
Speaker of Azeroth. She hasn't been speaking to me. After all I gave, she left me like this. Unable to feel the warmth of my kin's embrace. So, let's be clear. I'm doing this for all of you, not for her.
This'll be a struggle. I'm a bit rusty with the whole speak with the soul of the world thing. But the ritual's prepared, and that's that, I suppose. I'll try speaking with her. Though I warn you, champion, it might be the last time. You ready?
Azeroth! Speak to me! What are you trying to tell us? I can hear her voice! I can see it! The place she's calling us to!
Where, Magni? Where must we go?
It's called...
Magni!
He's alive, but barely.
By the way, I hope you'll get used to the really good cutscene style that they kind of started in Dragonflight. We're going to be in almost every cutscene from now on, too.
The time for dreaming is over. We all have our ghosts.
This has never happened before. Magni's the speaker of Azeroth. Why would communing with her cause him to collapse?
A single spark can set the world aflame.
Magni appears stable for now, but he's still not responsive. We need to get him treatment quickly. I'll open a portal to Dalaran. Follow us when you can.
Be careful who you trust. Hopefully we can revive him. Meet us in Dalaran when you're able.
Yeah, remember how periodically we don't exist in lore? I'd like to think that by this point, they're starting to acknowledge that we do. If nothing else... Oh, I don't have it on this character. Oh, that's going to be interesting. There's this necklace, you see.
He tried to commune directly with Azeroth. It seems the strain was too much.
Oh, Da. What have you done to yourself this time?
Hello, Moira.
Am I needed?
Magni's stable for now, but I don't know how long it'll take for him to recover. At least he's with family.
I hear a radiant song.
I don't believe we should blame Azeroth for this outcome. Magni knew the risks of connecting her with with such reluctance in his heart. And only hope he was able to hear her message in the end.
For Azeroth.
Magni will recover. He must. Not just because he is a dear friend. We need to learn what Azeroth told him before it's too late.
I will never forget.
Are you here to chat or work?
Father. What have you gotten yourself into this time? You can't leave us like this. I'm sorry, who are you? I'm Moira Thurzin, Queen Regent of the Dark Irons. I represent my clan of the Council of Three Hammers. Also happen to be Magni's daughter. Some say I betrayed Ironforge by marrying the Emperor, their greatest enemies. However, current circumstances speak for itself. The dwarf clans live in peace as equals. And I can share it was my efforts that made that possible. That is a very effective summary. You see what I mean, by the way, about the summary thing? That is a very effective summary of Moira's character to date. There's a lot of details being skipped over here, but that's not what a summary is. By definition, a summary skips over the details. I'm kind of with that. Notice again, smart writing, too. Ooh, that's odd. One moment, please. Exactly. We need those. We need what we need to know, and that makes sense. Thief. Mortis Ghost. Silent Hill 2. Thank you, Judo Joker. Are those games Mr. Red's pushing? Yeah, Moira's also a little bit less than she has been, and that's kind of important. I ask because I've started to wonder how long it's going to take you guys to realize you can push games that someone else is pushing. In other words, you can trade trading. Anyways.
Ah, good to see you.
I'm unsure why the Speaker of Azeroth would end up in such a state after attempting to, well, speak with Azeroth. All we can do is wait for Magni to recover. Now, this quest right here was in the pre-launch.
Be mindful of your duty.
Best mind your manners in the presence of a queen.
We need to let Braun and my son Dagran know what happened. They're at the Dalaran Visitor Center. Could you go get them for me? Father needs his family right now.
If you hear anything... you'll likely find Dagran with his nose in a book. It's why he insisted we come to Dalaran.
So, Sawals, stay a while and listen. They started doing them in Shadowlands. They escalated them in Dragonflight. They're everywhere in War Within.
The mountain lends us its... Now, listen, you old coot. You didn't know that I chose to stay with the Dark Irons. That Dagran and I were in love. Whatever your intentions were, my husband died. Because of you. I hated you for taking him from me. My anger built a wall neither of us could ever get through. And now, we may never get the chance. But my son, my little Dagran, he needs you. I guess so do I. Loath as I am to admit it, you were never the best father. But you can still be a good granda. So please, wake up.
One of the other things War Within is known for is nuance. It's possible to be A and B at the exact same time. In other words, I don't like you for doing this. I don't forgive you for what you did. But that doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean I don't want to be around you. It just means that is now a part of our relationship. Frankly, most of fiction does not seem to understand that dynamics between characters can be more than binary. In general, you know what I mean, right? In most fiction, she has a reason to dislike him, therefore, screw you. Right? And that's it. That's the end of the sentence. One beat, one note. In here, she even admits that she wants him to be part of her life and her family too, but really, this is more about her son, aka his grandson. You were never the best father, but you can still be a good granddad. So please wake up. Dagger's awesome, by the way. In fact, hang on. If you were there for the anniversary event, you saw let's call it a more accurate version of BRD. I mean, yes, the fights were awesome, and they were. But no, I mean story-wise. Like, they did a really good job of adding a little bit more detail and nuance to what was going on in BRD than what we saw back in vanilla. Oh yeah, Magni was not a good father. But thank you, Asmira Star. Yeah, I told you I wanted this hammer for my suit. And I kind of rejiggered the suit a little bit to match it. Forgive me, I'm going to get a few kind of preface positives here. I loved the anniversary event. It was a bit simple. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Savicom. Those raids better be ported in some manner, because what the hell? But what'll probably happen is they'll become like the Diablo thing. You get to see it once a year during the anniversary, like they do with Molten Core. Okay, hang on a second. So I posit a question. Do you think War Within launch is going to beat Dragonflight as a whole? It won't be. It'll beat Dragonflight launch, pretty much guaranteed. That in a second. I'll look at that in a second too.
Have you seen these new tomes, Uncle Bran? They must be from Drenton's library.
Hello, Dagran. Dagran here is just a baby. He's so young. Oh my god, he's so young. We actually saw this guy when he was literally a baby. He was in BRD. In a little crib. Yeah, he's 16 years old.
Did you find something?
Oh, there. Me ma's Moira Thousand, and me da was Emperor Dagran Thousand. I'm named after him, see, that's why I'm the second. Which I suppose makes me a prince, but I fancy myself more of a scholar. That's why I'm in Dalaran. I'm trying to learn all I can about the world.
Oh, are you headed out?
Also, wonderful pick with the accent for him. It's actually a twist on Moira's accent, which makes sense.
Inquiring minds just got to know.
So Magni's hurt.
Travel safe.
I hope Grandad's all right. I never got to spend much time with him.
Ever.
Don't worry, lad. Magni's made of stern stuff. Pardon the pun.
Yeah. Don't stand there! Sorry. We'll get there. I don't remember Blue Snow.
I'm glad you're here.
Loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp.
Oh, Magni really mocked the bedroll with this one, didn't he? Wouldn't leave well enough alone. Well, I know that's not really his way, not when the world's at stake.
The truth is out there.
Mind yourself, champion.
It's good for us to all be in one room together, even though the reason's so dire. My father hasn't really been a part of Dagran's life. But I mean to change that. You have me word. Thank you, Hodrana.
I dismiss you. Father, are you all right?
Aye, lass, but I saw a vision of destruction. And the name, Khaz Algar. Well, out with it.
That was quite the nap. I wasn't expecting Azeroth to be so loud. Normal folk, she's gently calling out, but with her connection, it felt like she was screaming directly into my crystal noggin. I saw it though. Khaz Algar, an island of earthen, bathed in fire and smoke. That's where Azeroth is trying to lead us. That's what we need to protect.
Khaz Algar? The Titan installation mentioned in Alderman's records.
And it may now be in danger. We must convene the council.
Speak your piece.
I'm so glad Grandad's here right now. We haven't spent much time together. The thought of him... but it's okay. It looks like he's fully recovered.
I need some time to think.
Remain vigilant. Once more, Dalaran is called to the aid of our world. Magni?
Azeroth showed me a vision of a city in flames in the ancient lands of Khaz Algar. Her voice was desperate. We must act quickly.
Archmage Drendon has proposed, and the council agrees, that we bring the full force of Dalaran to this Khaz Algar. Make ready, our people, and prepare the city for teleportation. Whatever lies ahead, we will face it together.
I mean, considering this happens very shortly after the end of Dragonflight, and Calicos didn't actually resign until the end of Dragonflight, like it was one of the very last quests in all of Dragonflight, it makes sense they haven't actually had a chance to fill the slot yet.
We will find.
And yes, we're doing the same thing we did in Wrath, and the same thing we did in Legion. This is going to be our capital hub, is Dalaran. I'd be off to Khaz Algar by now if I thought I could outfly Dalaran. That and Magni refused to tell me where it is. It's as if he doesn't trust me to stay put. I suppose there's precedence for that. By the way, Illyria's new suit, I like it. I'm sorry. What really works for me, though, is the tattoos, because I don't think those are tattoos. It's very Demon Hunter, and that fits very well with what she is and what she's doing.
Loktar.
Titan installation. I'm starting to see why Azeroth reached out to us about it being attacked.
Together, we are strong.
Khaz Algar. That's what the Radiant Song was trying to tell us. So that's where we must go.
The Alliance will endure.
So our destiny waits in Khaz Algar. What will we find there? Beyond fire and smoke, that is. Oh, Anduin.
We have lost so many.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
Now this is my element. Place only known in myth. Sounds like the perfect place for the Explorers League.
Keep your eyes on the horizon.
I talk to Bergvar and she says, I hate everything. Okay. I give her an apple.
I want to see everything.
Khaz Algar. Do you know how amazing it is? Scholars weren't even sure it existed. Are the Earthen still there? No. What do they like? What Titan technology do they watch over? I must learn everything I can.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Khaz Algar is the stuff of legends. A Titan installation built by the Earthen, watched over by the Keepers. Back when the Keepers were around, in any case. To think the stories were true.
Off with you.
If there's really a chance there's Earthen on Khaz Algar, you can be sure I'm coming along. Someone will need to establish relations. We can't just go and hammer swinging.
We will survive.
Yet, like it or not, Moira is generally better at the political side of things. She's not what I would call very good at politics, but in a Warcraft setting, she's still ahead of the pack.
I was hoping to see you. Always happy to help.
Our citizens must be prepared for Dalaran's departure. Can you ask around the city and see if anyone requires aid? Oh, I'd also like you to speak with Bronn and Archmage Drendon. They both had concerns it would be best to address before we depart.
Take care, my friend.
The answers are here. I can feel it.
If you're going to be exploring new lands in Khazar-Go, we'll be needing help with the Explorers League, but they won't be alone in this adventure. The League is teaming up with the Reliquary again, just like on the Dragon Isles, and they're calling themselves the Algari Expedition this time around. I'm just a wee bit worried they're still getting along. Exploring can tear folks apart just as easily as it binds them together. Can you check in on the lot?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That is a short list.
Greetings from the Council.
Magni's vision foretold that Algar may be enduring some turbulent times, so it's best that Dalaran is ready for the worst. We do, after all, still have a demon soul in our gun. I remember it's there. Here, take this wand. It's been attuned to Dalaran's defense magics. Just wave it in your strategic parts of the city.
Goodbye to you. If Algar is under attack, we must prepare for the worst.
I didn't summon the demon.
The strengthening spell and
I imprisoned it as fuel for our gun. I'm really not joking. It was a quest back in Legion. I'll even show you. Kaladin. Oh, it's been a minute. It's that thing right there. That central tower. Yeah, that's a... So, where are we? Oh, we're still in Legion. That makes sense. I could see that, Uthor. That's a good way to put that. Because, yeah, she's got her own ups and downs. I hear Dalaran's moving again. Could you help me make sure my shelves don't fall over this time? Yeah, sure. Wait, I don't speak with that accent. Thanks. Last time a dagger nearly flew into my eye. Though I would look dashing in an eye patch. Let's go and wave some wand around. Oh, yeah. I'll deal with that later.
Any card.
Caligos, what are you doing here?
Blue Dragonflight stands with you.
It is a world of wonder.
So that's how you summon demons, Savicom. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Here's the expedition. I must say, the Dragon Isles sounds like quite the adventure. Oh, it was. Full of danger, too. Enough to give even old Bronn a few greys in his beard. Well, I'm sure this mysterious Algar will be just as full of peril, if not more. Hopefully not too much peril, given the circumstances. Agreed. The typical adventuring sort of peril will do just fine. Bring it on, Algar. There's nothing Reno Jackson can't handle. Right, well, looking forward to working with you all. So yes, that's Sir Finley Margleton. Yes, he has a monocle. Reno Jack, he's from Hearthstone. I mean, Hearthstone is canon, so that makes sense. Toddy's back, Theresa, Renan, of course.
Hmm? Oh, yes. Hello. Hello.
Everyone seems on edge, don't you think? Can't possibly think of why. Oh, right, the horrible visions of destruction. The entire reason Dalaran's teleported to Algar. I remember now.
All right.
And yes, Tuberos. We met him down in Zarla Caverns. What, you thought the frickin' Niffin were going to stay in Dragonflight? No. They knew they had a hit with them. We're going to see more Niffin in the future.
Greetings.
I hope we'll see even more Niffin in the future. Worried about the dangers lurking in Algar? Don't be. You have the amazing Reno Jackson watching your back.
See you later.
I must say, I'm rather excited about this new adventure. I understand it has quite a dodgy history, doesn't it? No one's sure what the Earthen are truly getting up to there. Yes, I agree.
Hello. Farewell.
Sweet of Braun to check on us. Let him know we're getting along just fine. Holy fell. Last time we teleported, the butterflies weren't in the cages we left behind. Could you help us catch them? Yeah, sure. Come here, butterflies. I have a knack for this. I'll ask for you next time I need an exterminator. You're welcome? I think we'll go with you're welcome. Don't be silly. If that was true, then it'd be called Reno Dragson. Oh, would you be a deer and eat some of the food for me? I'm worried it'll be bad in the new climate. Sure. I accept your directive. When we moved to the Broken Shores, all my winter roots went bad in a week. Thanks for your help. Yeah, did you notice this is a nice... So, something they do a lot, they do this in every capital city, is they give you a bit of a tour of the capital city before you go there. Remember, most people playing at this point have probably never been to Dalaran, either because they're new players or because they didn't do Legion and or Wrath. So this is a nice, you know, run through. New directive: eat organic food. I am having some difficulty digesting it properly. Fear not, I will spit it out immediately. No, I like to think Earthen could just eat. They've got engines in there. They're fine. It's all fuel. Yeah, specifically the Legion Dalaran, which is this one, of course. Yeah, once again, we've got that refresher / new player thing going on, which I am still fully in favor of.
Good to see you, champion.
Well done, champion. Let's just hope it's enough. I would hate for anything to happen to our city right as the world needs us most.
You're always welcomed in Dalaran.
Inquiring minds just got to know.
They're getting along. Well, I'll be a god's uncle. No offense to Dagrin. That certainly makes my job easier. Thanks for checking in on him.
Keep your eyes on the horizon.
I'm speaking for no one these days.
Don't be mistaking me. We still need to get to Khaz Algar without delay, but... Oh, I'm still tired. Azeroth really packs a wallop when she wants to.
No rest for we heroes, hey, champion?
You are always...
Look, we're magical rock golems. I think we can drink Coke, as it is. Thank you for your help. It's important the citizens of Dalaran are ready for whatever may come.
It's good to have you on our side.
Ding. 70. No, coffee's poison, obviously. Let's go with that.
We will defend Azeroth together.
From what Magni has seen, Khaz Algar may not be the safest of destinations. We'll be requiring your aid should a fight break out. Let me know when you're ready to depart.
Be mindful of your duty.
Welcome to Khaz Algar.
It's even more amazing than I'd imagined.
But my visions were of fire and war.
Something's wrong. I need to find Khadgar. Drendon. Where's the rest of the council?
Drendon's been dead for years. All this time. And you never once sensed my presence. Oh, it's not time for that yet. But if you're so eager for a fight, perhaps this can keep you occupied. Until we meet again, Valeria.
How could I be so blind?
Yeah, so remember those wards we just put up for Drendon?
My arrows strike true.
Do you know that the easiest way to portal someplace in this setting is to have anchors so you know exactly where you're teleporting? And if an anchor is attached to a thing, it doesn't matter where that thing goes, the anchor's still there with it. She was Archmage Drendon all along. Xal'atath has been watching, plotting right in front of me. How could I be so blind? Now she's invading Dalaran with an army of Nerubians. Okay, obviously we had cutscenes where like, hey, Nerubians, but this came out of nowhere. What are Nerubians doing here? The last time we saw Nerubians in any significance was back in Wrath. How long ago was Wrath? Someone look that up. When did Wrath come out?
I will not fail again.
As much as I'd love to hunt Xal'atath down, our first priority must be securing civilians. Oh my god, 2008. Yeah, those were also dead Nerubians. That's another thing. Rescue whoever you can and tell them to head to the landing nearby. I'll find mages to teleport everyone to safety.
Dalaran will not be a fly in Xal'atath's web.
Interesting analogy. So, hey, Dalaran's... oh my god. What have you done to my city, you assholes? Okay, hold up. Let's get some people. Get out of here. Also, high-res models for the Nerubians, of course. Anyone here? Yep. Get up. Did you hear the Nerubian theme and the music that's playing right now? It's more like the harmony of the current song is the Nerubian theme. Yeah, this is probably the closest city I have to home in this setting. There's only one that surpasses it, and that's Orgrimmar. And I built Orgrimmar back in Warcraft 3, so, you know. Get out of here. Looks like I needed an extra emitter after all. You're welcome. I love how the Blood Trader's here. Glaives out, ready to go. Probably why there's so many dead Nerubians around here. Yeah, I don't know about y'all. I recognize pretty much every single one of these NPCs. That's true. We did destroy Dalaran. Twice. Once in Warcraft 2 and once in Warcraft 3. Huh. Oh, there totally is Mirror. You can hear a little bit of the, not the Shaw here, the Dread Wastes in this song. I am shocked how many players are here doing this right now. It's kind of weird seeing this many players active, but, I mean, this content came out less than a year ago, so... Oh, I ran through this on my Demon Hunter. Remember, my Demon Hunter was geared. My Paladin here is actually pretty under-geared. My Demon Hunter had like another 150 item level on where I'm at right now. So yeah, we kind of crushed this place. F you. I love the Kirin Tor Guardians. There's actually quite a few NPCs helping in the defense, so it's not just on us, which is kind of nice. Get out of here. Get out of here. So there's a nice, good model of our new high-res Nerubians. I swear they have new animations too, but I can't prove that. Yeah, by the way, playable Nerubians has been a wish list item for me for literal years at this point. Get out of here, grapple hammer. Excuse me. Honestly, Nerubians are right up there with Naga and Ogres for me, personally. Oh no, they got Lindsay. You're on up the deeper end. Get out of here. Get out of here. Not sure, never. Unless you're not asking me, in which case ignore it. Oh, he's actually hurt. But yeah, they got the leatherworker guy. Didn't get the other one, the male guy, but they got the leather guy. Coming in here. They got Lala too. No, this is exactly where War Within needed to start. Dragonflight ended on a universally positive note. They needed to start War Within on a smash in the face. We needed to establish our tone. Jewel crafting here back in the day too. Yeah, defend Burger Town. Talia makes fun, but no, that moment's awesome, and that whole sequence is awesome too. Pretty much for exactly the reason I just mentioned. I might have to switch to prot just to be able to keep up. Yeah, this is the beginning of A New Hope. That's actually a really good way to put that. No! Honestly, for the longest time, Warlords has actually sit at the top of my list for favorite intros. And if I'm being completely honest, it probably still is. Just overall. But this is the other really good one. This is the number 2 slot. My opinion. Warlords just does a whole lot right in so many directions, especially on the gameplay axis. What are you doing at the bank? Stop robbing the bank. What the hell, dude? That's just kind of weird. Why would you do that? Remember, I have that button. Oh yeah, no, like this is intended to be a little bit meaner than it has been. And that's fine. I'm actually with that. You know me, I like to actually have to try. Why do you have so much gold? Ah, don't worry about it. Did you notice the fire effect there? I don't know when they added that effect, but that's relatively new. Why is there no silk in here? This is so strange. I'm gonna check one other place, because I want to see something. Okay, I was just curious. Of course, the cheese people got out immediately. All the pets out? All the mounts out? Okay, we're good, we're good. Let's get out of here. Okay. So here's a list of people we got out. It is not a small list. You'll notice pretty much everyone here is named. Yeah. Hang on, hang on. Yeah, we also just lost a couple of order halls. So as you can see, the sky is a little bit burny. So I'm actually looking for someone specific. There she is. Although, pretty much everyone's here. In fact, did you notice? Even frickin' Eris is here. And Cloud. Of course, Cloud's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What have you learned?
The first group evacuated, but we're not done yet.
They will not escape.
Follow me. We'll work together to find any others in need of rescuing.
I do not miss. There could still be more survivors. With me, champion! Damn it all! Cut through the sewers and find Khadgar. He'll know what to do.
Okay. Anduin?
Glad to see you haven't evacuated yet.
You kidding me?
The Nerubians are capturing the rogues who live down here. Let's rescue them.
I mean, it didn't used to be in the sky. Kirwine was. In fact, if I'm being honest, that's kind of a recent development. So, new enemy model. so dark in there, so moist. Gross. Gross. Not a new model, but again, I swear they have new animations for it, so it looks a lot cooler. This is the tall Nerubians.
A friend once showed me a path through here. Head to that sewer grate.
He is referring to Valera, by the way, if it's not extremely obvious. I'm kind of glad there's other players here. I need help on some of these mobs, jeez.
The exit should be on the right.
Yeah, this is literally the uncrowned order hall right here.
And here's our exit.
Repair in, sell some stuff. Oh, right, you can't sell this much. Wow. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Valera is part of the Uncrowned, and she's got personal loyalty to Anduin. So, yeah, of course she would tell him about this.
What can I do?
You ever have issues in Dalaran? Here's the path. Looks like we saved who we could. Let's just hope the other rogues escaped.
Will I be forgiven?
Before we split up, I'll guide everyone to safety and see about getting them evacuated. In the meantime, you should search for Khadgar. I'm sure he could use your aid as well. You'll find another exit further ahead that should lead back to the surface.
I'll get them to safety. Try to find Khadgar.
You got it. Stay safe. By the way, an extremely minor point. Anduin was pretty much just fighting with his sword while he was assisting us there. Minor, but significant point. Yeah. No faith, no light. Little twit face.
High in the sky and nowhere to flee. Gather all you can find. Bring them below. Xalatath has plans for them.
So, my favorite Nerubian model. Once again, new animations.
What a waste to capture you.
Yeah, I love the completely seamless transitions. You're going to see a lot of that, by the way, so get used to that. I'm trying not to imagine a giant spider grabbing me with a web and then dragging me back through a void portal. Can I not imagine that? Is that an option? Is that a thing I could do? Yeah, notice he is using his Warcraft 3 abilities. Get used to these. You're going to see these in Delve, too. Ooh, he does hurt. Notice other players are helping me. Sorry. There were so many things, I didn't realize it was a warlock.
There you are, champion.
Down you go. Oh, Khadgar. I have rarely been as happy to see you.
You've arrived just in time.
I'm glad to see you're okay. There's no end to these Nerubians. I'm afraid, at least for now, Dalaran has lost us, but people remain. They must be our primary concern.
Take this portal down to Khaz, Algar. Those who escape will still need help.
You got it.
I must first find Dalaran.
Hmm?
We'll meet you when we're able.
She was... okay. That's an item jump. I'll take that. Oh yeah, you remember that giant demon I mentioned in the gun?
Khadgar, we meet at last.
Zealoteth, I presume.
This city is home to such power. All squandered by the Kirin Tor. I'll put it to much better use.
Like hell you will.
There you are.
Illyria!
Get out of my head! Khadgar?
This isn't the real fight.
Goodbye, Guardian.
That's how War Within starts. With the destruction of Dalaran.
Lady Proudmoore, over here! I found them! I'll get these rocks off you. Just let me...
Congratulations. We failed.
Champion, to me!
Yeah, no, it's actually perfect that we are still currently being under attack. We don't really have a chance to process. There's two ways to do grief in fiction. This is one of them. You hit the player right in the face or in the gut. Never hit them in the balls. That's too far. And then you immediately force them into something else. The idea is to try and... to use the something else as kind of a multiplier on the moment, if that makes any sense. It adds to the overall scene that you don't really have a chance to sit and process, not until the urgency of the moment is over. The opposite is the other approach. I will use Final Fantasy VI as an example here. There's a scene, I will not spoil what happens, where something bad happens, and then the game just straight up pauses you right there. You can't leave the zone, there's no music, there's no sound effects. You are forced to sit there for about 30 seconds and just sit and process what happened. Both of these are very effective, despite being the complete opposite of each other. It depends on what you're going for. In this case, I think this was absolutely the right call here. We will actually have a more quiet time to mourn Dalaran later, but now we need to deal with this.
From Khaz, for Azeroth.
We survived mostly unharmed. Not everyone was so lucky. Many who were in Dalaran when it went down are unaccounted for, and they will need your help. Search for survivors. Get them up in any way you can. We need everyone up and fighting.
Let honor guide.
See, the reason this works here, if I might give a specific here, this is us being on the back foot. Getting slugged in the jaw can hurt, but then the fact that the enemy is still beating the crap out of you really adds to it. Again, that's the whole point of the beginning of War Within. We are very much on the back foot here. We don't know what we're doing here. We don't know what our enemy is after. We don't know their goals, their plans, their alignment, their motives, their things, anything. We are in completely blind, and we just got completely blindsided. Kuthor's going to find this funny. This is the Broken Shore, but better. I should mention I like the Broken Shore. But this... What book? The Radagame. But this is just a better implementation of the same concept. We came in very unprepared and with someone actually sabotaging us. And we lost. Now we got to deal with that.
We survived.
The Nerubians are everywhere. There's too many of them. There's too many for all of them to be solely crash survivors. I've seen others burrowing up from the ground. The Queen's Guard Xerix was laying in wait to overwhelm us. Let him know we are not easy prey.
We have to push forward, or we'll be slaughtered.
By the way,
You can along the way.
once again, you see how this is a very good RTS mission format. They've been doing that a lot in Modern WoW. I've noticed.
Hey, you! Give out these antidotes! I'm gutting venom sacks fast as I can!
You know why I like Noggenfogger? He's a goblin, and he has many goblin things, but in this situation right here, what's he doing? Killing? Sorry, killing's the wrong word. Excavating, I think is the word I'm going to use. These freaking venom sacks out of these as quickly as possible so he can make as many antidotes as quickly as he can to help the survivors. That's Noggenfogger. Yeah, he's a goblin, but he's not an idiot. I think this is important. Undermine. I haven't played Undermine, for reference, but I think this is important because it helps to distinguish Gallywix's side of goblins with everyone else's. Not everyone goblin is like that moron.
Help! I can't even move!
I got you. Hold still, hold still.
Oh, Dalaran, are you alright?
Yes. Thanks to Grandad teaching me stone form. Wait. Where is he? We've got to find him.
Dalaran, wait!
Well, yeah, they got to focus on Gazlo. He's been kind of off camera for a while. Anyways, that book. So we don't cover books. Books aren't part of the game, so therefore they don't count for review. But that's it. This is a great way. Like, it's an immediate way to establish Noggenfogger. Goblin, making antidotes, and in a frickin' hurry. Yeah, that's Noggenfogger. Boom. One line of dialogue and one animation. Do a ton of lifting. Yeah, he's an alchemist. He made his fortune in alchemy. Even back in Legion, this is pretty much how he was. But of course, you didn't play Legion, did you?
You there! Help me stabilize this portal, quickly!
Hello, Meryl.
Excellent! My arcane guardians will hold this area. Help the others!
You got it. I love the arcane lines that are just seeping out into the ground from the central tower. Might be the first time we've seen that exact graphic. It looks a lot like the void lines they've used in the past, but differently colored. Remember Applebow? He sold apples. Yeah, I could see that as Maristar. That is a good question, Nerozaz. Oh yeah, we've seen plenty of times what too much arcane does to an area. But also, like, arcane that wasn't supposed to be in an area, or arcane that was suddenly dumped into an area.
No, Mana. I cannot.
Hey, Aethys. 1 second, please. Here.
Much better. Now, there is work to be done. All that I worked for. Gone.
No, it's gone, Captain Zeus. It's gone forever. That is the wrong command, but it is uniquely gone. There's no getting it back. Dalaran housed many precious and powerful relics. Many of them were damaged in the crash and are now malfunctioning. They must be destroyed. Take this scroll. I have stored a shattering spell within it. Read the words aloud and the magic unleashed. Or give them to Jaina when you're through. She will understand.
May we next meet? Use this scroll! These relics must be destroyed before they overload!
Yeah, so I had trouble with the local recording, Captain Zeus. So I had no local recording. It was glitched, so that was gone. Unrecoverable. No problem. Surely, since I upload videos immediately after I stream, I'll just be able to go grab the VOD from Twitch, right? Still no. Because I wasn't doing that back then. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I do that now. So yeah, that was Ridison's Soulstone, if you missed that. Ritson.
That always stings. Get moving. I'll take care of the wounded here.
Yes, that's right. Even the warlocks are helping. Makes sense. It's their home, too. They didn't turn on us during Legion. I don't think they're going to turn on us here. Oh god, I don't know, Verlichten. With no information whatsoever. Probably up in Northrend, Umbral Magnus, dealing with Scourge warlords. Everything we've heard so far has indicated that that's their primary focus for the immediate future. Movie. God, I don't know. Yeah, the Blade is making sure that while we're dealing with this crap, we don't have to worry about other crap. And you know what? Honestly, thank you for guarding our flank.
Thank you, champion. I got the wool pulled over my eyes. Literally!
Something unknown? Okay. The most charming and attractive. That's my answer. I gotta just kill people. You know, I'm going to be real. I'm not sure I noticed the music the last time I went through here. I should probably mention, this is only my second time doing this. I've done this on my Demon Hunter, my main, and now.
Drive them screaming into the depths!
I will not lose my friends again.
Good work, and we've made progress as well. Perhaps now we can press forward.
Xalatath will face the might of the Alliance.
Destroying more of Dalaran seems unconscionable, but you and Aethys did the right thing. They were unstable, and we could not risk their power being used against us.
Azeroth must be protected.
It's good to know many survived. When this battle is over, we will recover the bodies of those who did not.
This is not over.
Jaina! Thrall! We need help! Magni's in trouble.
Anduin, you're alive!
Yeah, no, we will talk a great deal about the Nerubians, but not yet.
I will always try.
Queensguard Xerix emerged from the ground and surprised Magni. He's near the farthest edge of the wreckage fighting off his swarm. Moira and I were trying to help, but we couldn't draw them away. Come with me. Magni needs our help.
We have lost so many. Follow me! Magni can't hold off Xerix much longer.
We'll hold the line. Champion, help Magni.
Don't worry, Magni. No more wounds.
Fodder for my ascension. Die in Ansoret's name.
Come and get some, you chitinous bastard!
Chitinous. Exoskeleton. It's made of chitin. Some pronounce it chitinous, if that helps. I'm not even making a dent in this twit. I guess that's not fair. It's more accurate to say I've made a dent. One solitary dent.
Swarms of us to hit! Rise and devour them!
We can't hold them!
Storm Riders! To ground, my soldiers!
Trespassers! My directive is to protect the Isle of Dorn. Leave at once.
Trespassers? You saw us fall from the sky and fight for our lives. We need aid.
What you need matters not. Your presence is not authorized by the Titans.
The Titans?
Now don't you be talking to my daughter like that, you great stone!
An earthen, hardened like a diamond. A Thragar.
You've seen others akin to me?
I have only heard stories of their heroics. It is a sign from the Titans.
Laddie, it weren't Titan magic that...
What he means to say is, yes, of course. And we'd be honored to...
Dornogal! What disaster have you brought to our city, Outlanders? New directive. We must return to the city. All of us.
Well, I can accept that directive.
Well met. Now is not the time to
That the Earthen found us what they did, but I fear we maybe need more than their help. We wish to mount an offensive against the Nerubians. Xalatath.
Xalatath will face the
Death
might
and destruction
of the
everywhere.
Alliance.
At every turn, I lose more friends and more family. Khadgar, Illyria. Will it end with Xalatath? When will it end?
I hear a radiant song.
So much to discuss.
I've got them books and screws, but look what we lost. All the knowledge stored in Dalaran, all the people. I hope this Earthen find more survivors. I hope that Granda, being a Thragar, can help us be friends with them. Maybe they have a library too. Wouldn't that be grand?
Make sure to take notes.
Oh, of course we get stranded here, and the first thing Da goes is gets himself injured. Oh, he's got to play the hero. I hope Dagran doesn't get any ideas. I told my kid. Whisked away to a far place and stranded. Meet the tall dark dwarf when I get there. I can talk my way out of this. Bring it on.
The three hammers stand as
Doesn't need
one.
help. He winces in pain. Okay, maybe a wee leg up on the griffin or whatever these birds be.
Sometimes destiny whispers, sometimes she shouts.
You may not be trespassers, but you are not our allies either. If you are to blame for the Nerubians emerging, then you are responsible for the attack on Dornogal as well.
Fly high. Strike true.
You have brought death and destruction to our shores, the likes of which has not been seen in millennia. But you have your Nerubian blood on your hands and a Thragar at your side. This is enough to earn my trust for now. My Storm Riders and I must return to our capital, Dornogal, and investigate what is likely an ongoing attack there. Fly with us. Our slipstream will allow you to soar through the skies with ease.
Be vigilant. The edicts mandate that I defend the Coreway. I must return to Dornogal. My Storm Riders will gather the rest of the survivors. Now, take flight.
In case you don't feel like storm dragon flying. Yeah. So, anyways, you remember how the Drakthir were clone troopers? Well, at least they were, you know, genetically engineered. These guys were straight up built. By the way, welcome to Khaz Algar. We'll talk about this island and its visuals and its positives later, but... well, it's awesome. And it's telling that it's the worst looking of the 4 zones. This gorgeous, amazing, brilliant landscape of detail and wonder is the worst looking of the 4 zones. It's actually only one, Captain Zeus. The other one is just a marker. Enjoy it. It's the only story nugget I have in mind for this expansion so far.
The Coreway. I have failed in my oath-sworn duty. What is your query?
What have the Nerubians wrought, and why?
May the edicts guide you.
I do not know yet why you have come here, Outlander, but you seem efficient in killing Nerubians. As are we, the Storm Riders, vanguards of the Isle. The Nerubians are an ancient enemy. I would not be surprised if this Xerix knows and fears me, the Storm Ward. Even so, we could use your skill to help us protect Dornogal. I have a Stormrook for you to ride. Mount up and rid us of these insects.
We are... Even with a novice rider, this Stormrook will reduce those spiders to ash. Drive back the Nerubians around the Coreway. I will handle the ones farther into the city.
Killing bad guys to unify with people you just met. Can you name a more Warcrafty thing to do? No, I think it was Lauren. Kansas.
They are retreating. Well executed, Outlander. Now, I believe you and your friends have much to discuss.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
Well, I'm listening.
I don't disagree with Dagran's assessment of Cities of Wonder, but the Nerubians have done their damage. It seems to some cracks were already there. Some old enough for ivy and wildflowers to grow through. This isle may have a military and a general in that man Baelgrim, but who's fixing their potholes? Something's deeply awry. Keep your eyes open.
You may take your leave.
I think we're in the first dwarf set foot in the city. An earthen city. An earthen civilization. And the Coreway, a pathway to the world's core. What a mind-blowing undertaking. Wish I'd seen it before the attack. What we're doing next, I'll be taking notes all the way.
I'll contemplate what we talked about.
The battle that started at Dalaran is far from over. Here I am already sidelined by my injuries. For now. I'm lucky you came to me when you did, and the Earthen showed up. Not sure I trust him. Especially the Baelgrim. He seems uppity to me. No respect for me or my... But if they'll help us with the Nerubians, I'll give them a chance.
Keep fighting, champion.
And yeah, I love how... just, yeah, there's so many wonderful dynamics between these 3 people right here. And yeah, notice Moira's the one who immediately picks up on the fact that there's literal cracks in the stone and that there's foliage growing in it, which, yeah, says a lot about how the upkeep is going here. So I'm just looking at the earthen armor there.
I am on the hunt.
I could find no clues as to Xalatath's location amongst the wreckage. We cannot tarry. Xalatath must pay for what she's done.
They will not escape.
The Earthen are still bringing our wounded to the city. I'm thankful for their aid. I just wish we could have saved more.
We will brave this
destruction yet again, as if it's following me. Magni's more injured than he's letting on. There must be an inn or something where we can rest and get our bearings.
Who is calling for help?
What's done is done. We must move forward.
Conversation initiated.
I do not know why the Nerubians have returned or why they would attack Dornogal. For now, I must focus on assessing the damage to the coreway. By the way, thank you, Talia. Our brethren, the machine speakers, may need our aid, and it is the Titan's will that the way to the center of Azeroth be kept open.
I have work
by the Titans. Coreway appears completely destroyed. It will take years, perhaps centuries, to remove the rubble and repair the damage the Nerubians did to its inner structure, much less traverse to the world's core. More than that with the Stonebound gone. I must take a moment to decide what to do. You gave me a compliment, Talia. I think it was you. Maybe it wasn't. Nope, it was you. Yay. Your friends have arrived safely. Speak to them and stay out of my way. If I need you, I will let you know.
We brought the Nerubians here.
No.
The Nerubians were focused on the coreway. The attack was another part of Xalatath's scheme.
Strength and unity.
So much chaos and destruction.
We have to regroup. Has anyone seen Khadgar?
No.
We will grieve him in time. But Thrall is right. Without reinforcements, we're at Xalatath's mercy. But no matter what she's planning, we must stop her.
Jaina and I will rally the Alliance and the Horde, but it will take some time for us to sail back here.
Right. In the meantime, we'll stay here and keep the survivors safe.
You will. Not me.
Illyria, we need your...
No, you don't. I can't keep anyone safe. But I can hunt down Xalatath. And make her pay.
We will be back, and we will be ready.
They go off to be in the book. I do love the idea. Because, yeah, Jaina Proudmoore and Thrall both show up in their respective capitals. Like, alright, we need an army. I like to think that people were literally stumbling over themselves. Be like, me, yep, done. Hang on. And my axe. You know, just...
Am I needed? I hear a radiant song.
I follow the Council's directives.
My directive does not account for you, Outlander.
May the Titans carve your path.
I have failed my people. The coreway is impassable. Dornogal's lifeline to the ringing deeps has been severed, as has the path beyond. The Nerubians will get their comeuppance. It is my edicts, as it is my will. I will ascertain if the Council Ward yet functions and bring him to the archive. Speaker Brinth should be there, Titans willing. But Oathsworn citizens are still in peril. If you wish to ally with us, clear the debris here and help our survivors. I will meet you at the archive.
Fly high. I will check on my people, the Oathsworn, while you clear the rubble. Edicts guide you. Begone, filth of the depths! You hold no claim here!
Edicts, Oathsworn. It all sounds daft to me.
Well, Braun would probably be a little bit more skilled in this kind of thing than you. Did the Titans send you? Nerubians, it's been centuries since their last attack. He had something on him called a memory gem. This square-cut gem is heavy for its size and emits a faint glow. Engineered for earthen programming and memories, the gem-like cache is removed and can be uploaded to the archive. That once was broken.
Moss grow over us. Survivors from the beach?
Hello, Merrick's.
If they are truly allies, perhaps all is not lost.
Hello, Brinth.
Hmm? Oh, I was just thinking.
Oh, what kind of luck do I have? My first venture out to Ironforge, and I found myself in a land untouched by time. My first building I walk into is basically a library. Did I die in the crash? Is this heaven? Nerubians aside, it feels like it. I'm keen to learn all I can about the Earthen, especially if it'll help me more.
Keep your eyes open.
I bid you welcome.
I am Council Ward Merrick's, and you are an outlander. One that has come from a land far, far away. But you have said nothing of the Titans. I had thought perhaps they and their keepers had settled somewhere beyond where Earthen could travel. But I see from the look you are giving me right now, it is not so. There are other logical explanations for their silence, I suppose. A flash of sadness crosses across his face. He clasps his hand together and smiles at you slightly.
We must talk.
Yeah, we've actually talked to a lot of keepers, recently even. You know, Tyr? Nah, don't worry about it.
The machines must be preserved.
I am Speaker Brinth, a machine speaker here on behalf of the High Speaker. I serve on the council in his stead, presiding over the restoration of the archive, the Titan machine installed in Dornogal. The destruction of the Corway is regrettable. I have not returned to the Ringing Deeps in centuries. My processing lingers on the fates of those I know there, and how they fare. Sorry, hold up. What's a machine speaker? Have you ever heard of Warhammer 40k? Oh, yeah, say no more. It is hard to explain to an outlander, but I endeavor to be brief. All Earthen are hard-coded by a keeper, and by extension, the Titans, with a primary function they must perform. In the Isle of Dorn, every Oathsworn keeps one of two. Build and maintain the structures and facilities of Dornogal and the Corway, or protect the city of Dornogal and the Corway. In the Ringing Deeps, the land below, there is a third edict. Maintain the Titan's machines above and along the Corway. That is my edict and the edict of my people. All Earthen look to us to save them from our eventual stasis and shutdown by repairing the Stone Vault and the Awakening Machine. We have so far been unsuccessful.
Conversation terminated.
Do you require aid?
You made it. Good. Is that a memory gem? You should not have disturbed our dead. But you have brought it to the right place.
A memory gem. There will be more to recover, I fear.
Now, machine speakers are kind of the opposite of tech priests, really. Yeah, thank God the suicide machine is currently not functioning. How about the YouTube? Suicide! One moment, please. Jotting down some notes.
Conversation initiated.
The memory gem you recovered is what its name suggests. It contains an Earthen's memories, directives, and a hard coding of our edicts. This building, the Archive, is the nexus of our civilization. Here, memories are cycled, catalogued, and stored at the end of an Earthen's scheduled rotation. With the codex I have invented, we can access 1 or 2 memories from a memory gem. Take it. Read the gem you found.
Task resumed.
Also, I love the visuals up here.
Nerubians everywhere! Look out!
It was Odin. I knew him. His memory will be preserved. Please deposit his memory gem into the Archive's repository.
So, the Archive holds every Earthen's memories? Can you view them?
Dagran, this may be a solemn ritual for them.
His query is valid. Yes, but the Archive has been inaccessible for thousands of years. I speak for the machines.
It is comforting that Odin will be preserved in the Archive.
I will ensure your Thank you. Keep the device. You may find use of it if you find more memory gems.
Dagran, this seems like a place you'd be keen to explore. I'll be back for you when I know it's safe.
Yes, that's right. We're already having yet another Sawal.
Another puzzle to solve? Can I ask you another question, Speaker Brinth?
Yes, small one. My current directive is to answer your questions.
Fantastic. I'm much obliged. Where to start? How long has Dornogal been here?
Unknown. Our archive would contain that information, but as I said, it is non-functioning.
I should be writing this down. I'm standing here with a living relic. No offense. Can you give me a rough estimate?
The archive's last access date was approximately 5,000 years ago. But Dornogal itself has been here much longer, since before the sundering that we believe damaged our machines. Unfortunately, our memories from that time have been overwritten.
Overwritten? You mean in the archive, or your memory personally?
An Earthen's memories are erased upon recharging. Hence the need to upload our memory gems to the archive with each charge cycle. I am not offended, but we are unfortunately in decline. Without a way to recharge, we will eventually all enter stasis.
When will that happen?
Sooner for some than others. In the next 10 centuries, we will all cease to function.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do not worry. We machine speakers are working hard to reinitiate the machines.
I hope it works, Speaker. Truly.
Yeah, let's put that on the to-do list.
You address the Council Ward of Dornogal.
I appreciate your aid, especially in light of the fraught nature of your arrival. You must forgive Storm Ward Baelgrim. Being suspicious is part of his directive. A formal discussion of our situation is warranted. If you wish to strike back at the Nerubians, as we do, meet us at the Foundation Hall. Pilgrim and I need to review the data so far. In the meantime, you are my guest. Take my ring. It will allow you access to Dornogal's amenities.
Go where the edicts... Welcome to Dornogal. You are the first Outlander to visit in years.
I didn't say fix the suicide machine. I said put that on the to-do list. We just need to fix the problem. There's a lot of ways to fix a problem. So I stand by what I said. Let's put that on the to-do list.
Communication initiated.
So anyways, sorry for, lying horribly to you, but this is our actual tour of the capital city quest. Here's the city. Over here we have most of the crafting stuff, which I only ever really poke at this guy up here, personally. This dude, the ensemble vendor. Cosmetics for resonance crystals. Also, who are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. I lied to you. Sorry. What was I saying? There's your crafting orders. Here's the auction house. Very important. Here's the guy to turn your gear into set items. Also very important. There's a goblin thing here. That's new. I love the frickin' face. Like, oh my god, look at that thing. That's perfect and very goblin. Down here is where we have the Traveler's Order stuff. Whatever there's going on. I need to finish that. I need to figure out what to do to finish that. I'm still at 250 away. I'll figure out something. I believe our skip option is up here as well, which we will of course not be doing.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
Yeah.
Travel safe.
What do we got? Over here's the Mythics. Nice little area here. I love the fact that there's just a portal right here to the hub of whatever Mythic Pluses are up right now. Down here. Nope, I overshot. Sorry. Here. Oh my god. Here's our upgrades.
What brings you in?
I didn't really talk about gear upgrading, but they added it... It's the wrong word. They kind of came up with the current system of upgrading back in Dragonflight. I actually kind of like how it's done a little bit better here. It's down to the specifics, as it often is. There's a lot of specific things about what you can use, upgrade. I'm saying this wrong. You can upgrade your crests. You get crests from doing stuff. Crests help you upgrade your gear. There we go. It's a simpler way to phrase that. And, of course, here's the bank and the vault. And can I just say, I really like this vault better than Dragonflight's. Once again, it's the same general concept, but I like the execution better. This vault doesn't divide it into raids, dungeons, I think it was mythics, and PvP. It's just do stuff. Do stuff of certain types, and that gets you gear at the end of the week, just like it used to. But again, the specifics of the do stuff is different, and I think it's better. So this is a good iteration of the vault, my opinion. So I'm supposed to talk to these two, maybe?
We are the Titan's bedrock and foundation.
What? Hang on.
The Titans will return. Be ready.
Is it these two? I mean, I'm gonna read them anyways, but...
Welcome to the best place ever.
Right. Yeah, Dornogal's definitely gonna pay for this. Our drill operator had to swerve to avoid that giant underground tunnel thing. Bent half the blades out of shape, made him spill his latte. The latte is the more expensive claim, actually.
Time's a-wasting.
The council ward rejects their request for payment. If this goblin would like to argue the matter, so be it. He requires sleep cycles eventually. I do not.
Faith. Order. We must remember both.
Lol. I cannot wait to do Undermine. I'm going to try and convince my co-op group after we finish Return to Moria. We're kind of getting there. To poke at WoW. Eventually he's going to have to sleep. Oh, right. I told you I'd settled on which mount I want to use on this character, because this mount's cool and all. It's even aesthetically appropriate, but it's just too low res. It's a catamount. Doesn't quite work. So instead, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to use this mount. I don't know. Something about this really fits for my Earthen. We also know that Earthen are very fond of warmth. In fact, as you can see, they literally have like this boiling lava furnace thing, which people are just kind of chilling against. And people are just kind of relaxing in the steaming hot water. So, sitting on a dragon that is quite literally on fire just sort of made a weird amount of sense to me, you know? I didn't plan for this, because I didn't plan to get this mount, because I literally got it yesterday. But, you know.
The entire isle is under attack. Praise the Titans, you are safe, Meyrand. What is your command? Were it not for the Storm Riders, the city may have fallen. We need the Council's direction.
My directive is to serve you.
Another Outlander from the beach, are you? A few of your sector, Anduin and Magni, arrived earlier. They are downstairs. News of your aid to us has traveled through the city. I welcome you and your allies, and will help as best I can. Although, if you share the same food requirements as your compatriots, your choices are limited. What we consume is unpalatable to you, gems or cinder brew. This inn was created because we did have travelers like you once come from below, but I can see what I have.
My directive has beds are scarce. We have resorted to using the proscenium as a field hospital.
Over here's Mouser. Sleeping on the job, of course. But yes, so here is the wonderful cinder brew. I think my favorite part about it is you can just kind of see the glowing, molten? Yeah, I think we'll go with the word molten nature of it.
So many injured.
For Azeroth. These Earthen. They're a funny lot. Odd traditions. Superstitions.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, Titans, edicts, Thragar.
Some of them have been calling me Arathi, like the ancient human empire. I wonder how they know of it.
Aye. I heard that too. I don't know what to make of it. The Earthen are also an ancient people. They might be just remembering ghosts.
But it seems like the Arathi were here, recently. Why would the Earthen have an inn with proper food and beds if they don't need them?
Do you think the Arathi are here, somewhere in Khaz Algar?
I don't see how. But it bears investigating.
There's so much foreshadowing. Holy crap.
I will always try. Magni. How are you feeling?
How I look, to be honest. The shine has worn off of me. And of this speaker nonsense.
Nonsense? I thought being the speaker was...
An honor. Aye, until it wasn't. A song everywhere. And nary a peep for me. And now, dragged to the ends of the earth. And my family, too.
I can't offer you any comfort. I admit that I...
You're in the same boat, aren't you, lad? But the light seems a fairer master. I doubt it has left you truly undoing.
I could say the same of you and Azeroth. I don't think it's you. I think there is much we don't know.
That may be. But if I were you, I'd enjoy my break from being a king and savior of the world. Figure yourself out. Rest.
My relationship with the light is not like yours to Azeroth. But I can see what you mean.
Anduin needs a frickety break. I know he had those 5 years, but I'm with Thrall. Time doesn't heal by itself. So, I love this. I love this food. Okay, check this out. Here's our food options. First, a really big thing of Cinderbrew. Small thing of Cinderbrew. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Carrots. Uncooked and unprepared, by the way. Just carrots ripped out of the ground, which makes sense. Root vegetables, easy, plentiful. You don't actually need to do anything to carrots. You just pull out the carrot and eat it. But then there's bread. Well, that's interesting. So, carrots and bread. Huh. Oh, and of course, gemstones. Yeah. I don't know why I said that word. I didn't mean to. I'm amused by all this. Most of the people here, like, look at this. Here's the cooking trainer, and there's the vat of what they're cooking. She's cooking. Yeah, no, the only reason that bread would be here is if they already had knowledge and understanding of what bread is. There's actually a weird amount of world building in the fact that there's bread here. But yeah, this poor Dalaran story, he's just sitting there holding a mug. I was recently, let's say, called out for praising storytelling that involves showing as opposed to telling. Honestly, this is why I praise that sort of thing. There's a blood elf. He's just sitting there, holding a mug of something, staring at it. He's not talkable. Like, you can't talk to him. He's not drinking. He's not eating. He's just holding the mug and staring at it. That's the kind of thing I value in storytelling right there. FF14 actually has a moment very similar to this in Endwalker. Yes, in Endwalker. There's some dialogue in that scene, but it's good dialogue. In fact, it's incredible dialogue. The little things, exactly. That's all he says. It's the little things, isn't it? Now, that was actually more of a hopeful moment as opposed to this, which is more of a downer moment, but it's the same general concept. Brilliant stuff. Another mouser. So here's a little detail I wanted to show off. Speaking of doodads and the thought put into them. Oh, these ones don't do it. Oh, hang on. Just the ones further up? I know some of these do. Hang on. Oh, gosh darn it. Well, apparently I'm an idiot. By the way, I love how the Cinderbrew is glowing inside of the kegs. Literally glowing. Yeah. Yeah, every cat is named Mouser. What else are you gonna name a cat? When their only real purpose there is to mouse. Yeah, I need like a earthen house. I think I know where I could find one. Come on, Farrak. I'll kill everyone. Yeah, come on, let's go. Okay. You're not swift shot, Farrak. Sorry. That is a very good question. God dang, nope, it's not in here either. I know there's a bed somewhere that has the glowing embers under it. I just don't know where it is. I've even shown it off before. Well, last time we were here when we were unlocking the character I'm currently playing. Whatever. While I'm here, here's their hot tubs. Once again, they have quite a few of these. And as you can see, burning embers. And yeah, it's like... There's a chance a human being could sit in this and not scald themselves. But, like, that's metal down there. Metal that is immediately over burning coals. I do also love how their river here is just this, the base of it is just this giant chunk of crystal. That's just so wonderfully earthen. Like, look at that. I want to believe that this was deliberate in-universe. That they wanted their river to look pretty, so they lined the base of it with gems. Probably over a very long period of time, too. Oh, there's earthen under the waterfall. Of course there are. See? Just chilling, relaxing. An interesting other bit of character bit, maybe world building? I'm not sure what word to put under that. Is that a huge number of the earthen aren't actively doing anything at any point in time, which makes sense considering how, I think the word I want here is slow their lives are. You've kind of already seen this. They mention things in terms of centuries. They talk about things from a very long-term perspective because very, very little has happened or changed for a very, very long time. So they go off and they do their directives for the day or week or however long it takes, like polishing up all the gemstones, and then they go and they do whatever it is they do to relax or enjoy themselves. And they do have forms of enjoyment and recreation, but a lot of it involves bathing. And I don't know, this is another one of those things that just makes sense to me without me really being able to put words into it. They just like water and hot water and, you know, being near hot water. They've got towels, you know. They've got a ransom note, you know. Just little stuff like that. God damn it, I've already done that. Go away. Like, I mean, actually look around town for a second and see how many earthen are just chilling, either drinking cinder brew and basically nothing else. Oh, here we go. Or relaxing in the spa. Or on, literally, resting on the metal plates that are immediately over magma. There's another example of that right there.
Work cycle interrupted.
Just chilling. It makes sense to me that their primary form of recreation is just relaxing and doing nothing. There's work, and then there is not work. Yeah, literal downtime.
The answers are here. I can feel it. I'm not about to leave the Isle of Dorn unexplored. I have a reputation to uphold. Loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp. The truth is out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Keep your eyes on the horizon.
Yeah, there is admittedly another reason why they're saving battery so much, which we've actually kind of covered a little bit already. Yeah, I noticed they finally allowed the dwarves to have beards, regardless. Ignore that guy, he's not there.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable. Return and peruse my inventory again.
I usually don't like big, ostentatious chairs. I kind of love these things. They're so dwarven. Just look at these things. Look at these things. Giant, almost crudely cut gemstones right at the top, middle, and bottom. Big old padded chair that looks like it was carved directly from slate or granite. A nice, big, harsh, brutalist lines. I love these things. And they literally just like plop down on them.
I serve the Titans unswervingly.
Baelgrim's vigilance has kept us safe all these years, but today we need help.
Must go. Apologies.
Wait a second. I hate to admit it, but we have been caught unprepared by the Nerubians. Our processes focused on sustaining Dornogal and our declining civilization. Sorry, population. Stormward Baelgrim's stalwart pride has kept him and the Storm Riders capable fighters, but they are already stretched thin, and they are not builders. The Corway's damage surpasses our ability to fix it, but that was not always so. I suppose if you wish to understand, you must learn more about us.
Very well. You are dismissed. The Titans uplifted 4 wards. The Council Ward, the Storm Ward, the Stone Ward, and the High Speaker. To keep the edicts and build the Corway and its fortress, Dornogal. But the Titans left, and the machines stopped. The Unbound abandoned the edicts, and the High Speaker retreated to the Ringing Deeps. And now, the machine speakers are cut off from us, and we have no means to fix the Corway. The edicts must be...
Then it seems long past time you stood united. We need to find this Edelgone, rebuild ye Corway, and take care of the Nerubians once and for all. You need a hammer? Or an open hand?
A little bit of both, please. Ah! I mean, yeah, Moira's like, okay, ununified dwarves. I've been down this road. I got this. So we know one of the ways in which the Curse of Flesh was propagated was with the machine I can't think of the name of.
We always do.
Which is way back here. Forge of Wills. There it is. The Forge of Wills. So the Forge of Wills was infected with the Curse of Flesh, and so more and more dwarves were pumped out of it, and those dwarves were infected with it, and it spread, and you get it, right? So it makes sense that there's pockets of earthen, which we've actually been seeing since Wrath, actually since Vanilla, who are just off in their own places, who are unaffected by the Curse of Flesh. What's really strange, though, is, well, that's a dwarf. Right here. Now, I know what you're thinking. And it is possible the Curse of Flesh isn't communicable. At least not communicable anymore. Because she's fleshy. They're earthen. They're fine being around her. There's plenty of other dwarves around here, but you get the general idea, right? And plenty of earthen go out and spread throughout the world, too, as we've actually already been showing. And they're fine, too. So was the Curse of Flesh a one and done? But they talk about it spreading several times in the lore. What I'm trying to get at is I feel like we don't actually fully understand how the Curse of Flesh actually operates. Not in a specific way, not in a detailed way. I have a feeling we will learn more about that soon, because this would be a really good time to delve into that more. Do we know the mechanism of spreading? No. Honestly, as I've mentioned before, it's entirely possible the Curse of Flesh isn't a curse. What I mean by that is it's not a curse in the vector sense, right? It's not like, with my dying breath I curse you. It's not like that. But we're not sure, and that's the thing. They've always been just a little bit vague about it. We'll see.
Let's get down to business then.
With me done, and when weakened, Illyria know what to be found. It's up to us. Clear the way for Thrall and Jenna's army. We hope to strike back the Nubians and Xalatath. But we can't get to the Nubians without the Corway. We can repair the Corway without the Eden's help. Merrick thinks this Algalon and her Unbound are the only ones that can fix the Corway, then we need to find her. Time to sharpen me smile, put on me diplomat hat. Are you with me?
If you hear anything of note, if this Edelgon can fix the Corway, we should seek her out. I'm willing to be a liaison, if you be willing to speak with her.
You are correct. Stormward, new directive. Take them to Freywold Village.
I will comply. Follow me.
Damn, that implies a lot right there, doesn't it? Also, yeah, Krakenson, that's entirely possible. With the old gods all dead at this point, it's entirely feasible. Nothing is there to spread it right now.
If Merrick's wasn't Council Ward, I would have never agreed to do this. You do not grasp the magnitude of her betrayal, Outlander. I have no hope for our success.
Well, this should be interesting.
Notice they teleport us to a spot high up so we can then dragonfly our way over there. I mentioned this because dragonflying was backported to everything in this expansion. So we start this expansion with dragonfly. Like pretty much as soon as we finish Dalaran, it's unlocked and we're good to go. But before we do that, so Herald of the Sun or Templar. Wake of Ashes causes your next 2 Holy Power spenders to apply Dawnlight, which does damage or healing over time. The percentage of that damage and healing radiates to nearby allies or enemies. Light's Guidance replaces Hammer of Light for 12 seconds after it's cast. Wake of Ashes is replaced for 12 seconds. Hammer down the enemy with the Power of the Light, dealing damage and additional damage to nearby enemies. Additionally, calls down an Empyrean Hammers from the sky to strike 3 nearby enemies for damage each. These both look interesting. Let's try out Templar first. Hammer of Light instantly calls down hammers. Divine Toll grants up to double increased damage for your next 3 judgments when striking only 1 enemy. Reduced by 20% for each additional target struck. Call down an Empyrean Hammer on nearby target every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. When it crits, deal more damage. So, let's do that one for now. Let's play with that. I hope so, Dr. Nimbus. So, I'm going to be honest. I like Dornogal. It's a good city. It's not as good as Valdrakken, but it is a good city. Nice sharp lines, all the people resting, wonderful architecture, almost alien architecture. Despite looking dwarven, it does still look very robotic, for lack of a better way to put it. The layout is fine. Once again, I don't think its layout is as good as Dalaran or Valdrakken in terms of gameplay. Generally speaking, you're going to end up here. And then from here, you have an immediate shot to the weeklies. That's good. And a little bit of a shot over here to the delves. And right across the way to the vault and to the upgrade. So that's not too bad. Auction house is over there, and then you get to spread out more for the crafting stuff. It's fine. It's just not super amazing. And yeah, it's also... It's very circular. Almost everything you need is in this plaza. Around this area. But, as you can see, I can navigate it a little bit quicker and easier than I could in frickin' Oribos. So from a gameplay-wise... I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about that, because I don't think it's as good as Dalaran, because it isn't. So far, Dalaran is still the best gameplay hub in the game. Legion Dalaran, specifically. I think we'll jot down a double for that, and I'll chew on that later. Visual-wise, oh my gosh. Okay, so, again, not as good as Valdrakken visually. Nothing as good as Valdrakken visually. But still, there's a lot of storytelling. I need to stop being over here. There's a lot of storytelling. A lot of good brickwork, a lot of good doodad usage, a lot of good NPC usage. Again, the mere fact that so many of them are just hanging out in these spas is actually a plot point. And of course, we already showed a little bit of how their doodad design works. Yeah, I suppose I'll show that off again. I've actually already done this on camera, but just for you. Well, you probably know what's about to happen. Not again. And there's just a blood splatter. Probably, Dr. Nimbus. At this point, as you say, it's very much a part of their culture. Yeah, exactly. For those of you who didn't get the pun, we are now a flat earthen.
Speak and be heard.
There's the incident report. Hours since last workplace accident. 0! I should have checked first. I should have checked before I did it. Oh, I don't do crafting. I haven't done crafting since Legion. I keep debating picking it up again, but I keep kind of talking myself out of it again. Let's just get this out of the way really quickly. That is a skybox. Look at that. It is exactly what a big blue sky should look like. Just empty enough to look open and free, but not so empty as to look boring. Wisps. Trails of clouds here and there. Because even with some of the distance, it's hard to see, but they're there. I could, but that still would sound like the kind of thing that would be effectively a waste of my time. Unless I've decided to do professions, which, again, I haven't. Interestingly enough. Ignore the water elemental there. It's fine. It's fine. I don't think there's too much to show off elsewise right now. I do love their fascination with giant chunks of crystals, considering how much they have gems as part of their aesthetics. And of course, they literally eat the things. No, Dr. Nimbus. Not a bother. Congrats, Papanix. I can't imagine anything that would be making engineering more interesting to people right now, Krakenstein. So welcome to Freywold.
Come on, Ebona. Stay with me.
Bunch of injured earthen here. When I say a bunch, I mean basically every earthen here is injured. There's like 20 of them. Not all of them are injured, though. Some of them are dead. So, you know, that's cool. There's also webbing all over the place. I don't know what that's all about. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Ebona looks like a pile of rubble. A faintly glowing and mud-like poultice is barely holding her together. Ebona's eyes are still and do not respond to light or movement.
Speak freely and honestly.
Are you Adelgon?
Personal directive. Prioritize the wounded. We cannot fight if... unidentified. Another survivor from the crash?
I'm Moira, of the Dark Iron and Bronzebeard.
Baelgrim.
Stone Ward?
I am not the Stone Ward. You know that.
I know you abandoned your post.
And you abandoned us.
The Coreway was attacked. It must be repaired.
We were attacked too. You should have protected...
I can see there is some history between you. But if you haven't noticed, the Nerubians have you both in their sights. You need each other, age-old drama or not.
I do like how they make it very clear how immediately unwelcome he is here. But I also like how Moira puts a stamp on it before it gets too much farther.
Have you heard anything I need to know?
I'm not sure what I expected to find coming here. Edelgon and her people have built a beautiful life for themselves. She cares for her people, and that I can respect. Now that we're here, we should help her. If once she was the Stone Ward, then her people should still have the skills and the resources to repair the Cornway. No, not that Cornway, the other Cornway. She and Baelgrim have a complicated history, I've no doubt, but they must put that aside.
Mind yourself, champion. We need you.
Greetings, Outlander.
It seems I have little choice but to hear you and Baelgrim out.
Forge your own.
Nerubian attack, your meteoric fall, and now Baelgrim's here? Baelgrim needs more hands for his Corway, but I couldn't help even if I wanted to. My people are dying as I speak. Some were abducted by the Nerubians during the attack. You're not the first Outlander I've met. A small fellow, like Moira, arrived here earlier and wasted no time following the Nerubians west.
Conversation.
Is this it? Is this it?
This is a waste of cycles. I will go to the quarry myself.
Then you'll be the first Storm Rider it's seen for centuries.
Burn. I know there's a bunch of side quests. We'll come back to that in just a second.
ya crawling creeps! Won't get the best of me! The answers are here. I can feel it.
Oh, Hordran. I can't express how relieved I am to see you again. I went exploring and found Freywold Village, and they'd been attacked by the Nerubians just before I arrived. I think the attack happened around the same time as the Corway and the Dalaran attacks. That smacks of coordinated effort. These out of the need our help, but I can't do it alone. And who knows? I might find other things of interest.
Let's stock up on supplies before we head in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Delves. Story time. When they first announced Delves, my first thought is it was like the digs back in Zerlik Caverns. They were pretty vague, if you remember, on that very, very first announcement on what Delves were. So I was just like, I mean, I liked digs in Zarla Cavern, so I was cool with that. But then they started doing the features and the showcasings and, you know, a little bit more detail on what a delve was. And I started being like, this looks really cool. And if there's one thing that makes me suspicious whenever a video game announces something, as in before it comes out, it's when something looks really cool. So I'm like, okay, what's the catch, right? What's the issue? What's the problem? So I was a little bit worried. 3 of us have been playing throughout. That's our current co-op group, is the 3 of us. We're playing WoW. We get through all this stuff. Get a little bit before where we are. We hit Dornogal. We talked to him. He's like, hey, go down to the town, right down here. By the way, look at the markers back on the map like there used to be. Oh my god, good map design. Anyways, so one of our member had to go to sleep. So she goes to bed. And then Pax and I are here, and I'm like, Pax, I want to do something before we go to bed. He's like, what's that? I'm like, I want to do a delve. I didn't do this delve. This is the first quest delve. They actually direct you here. I picked the delve that was closest to town. This one right here, Kriegvald's Rest. So we walked in, and we did the delve, and we loved it. And I have never really stopped liking delves more. The more I dig into the system, the more I understand its nuance, the more I understand how it's layered, how it's structured, how its gear progression system works, how its difficulty progression works, how its scaling works. As with Dragonflight, the specifics of how they designed delves are what make them work so well. Because at their fundamental core, they're not really all that complex. They are objective-based scenarios which scale based on your party size and have an NPC helper no matter what your group size is. So you can do it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 players, and you have Braun helping you out, right? Cool. But like, as Kraken-san just mentioned, as we've actually talked about several times, because delves keep coming up in the overall discussion, WoW has had cool, fun features before that have died on the vine. Like we had with Warfronts, like we had with the Expeditions, both back in BFA. Hell, Torghast was just kind of its own thing back in Shadowlands. But delves get you gear. Current gear. Now, you might think, ugh, but no, for real. Allowing you to get good gear in delves satisfies 3 things immediately. First and foremost, people like to get gear. I know that's strange, but it tends to be true. So, hey, reward. Cool. Second thing. Most players enjoy what I like to call progression. Progression can take a lot of forms, depending on the game. This is not just MMOs or even just WoW, but a lot of games have some form of progression. Your levels, your experience, your materia, your magic points, how many potions you have on you, the size of your army, the amount of gold you're pulling in return, right? So, excuse me. Progression is a very, very important thing for players of pretty much any game of pretty much any type. Players want to progress. I mean, yes, it's fun to fight that boss in Dark Souls, but having killed him, I now have access to a new area I didn't before. I have progressed through the game. So, delves are a viable and feasible way to actually have progression. The last time WoW managed that was Pandaria. Some of you probably remember this. Back in Pandaria, you could do just LFRs and scenarios, especially heroic scenarios, and gain gear that would be better than what you had and have a form of progression and actually get better over time and be able to learn the fights better and so forth and so on, without having to delve into heroics or normals and eventually flexes and mythics. That was good. And now it's here. It's in the delve circumstance. Funny, since I've said for some time that I think delves are the ultimate version of scenarios, but I'm getting off topic. That leads me to the first thing that delves do very, very well with regards to the whole gear thing. So you get a reward, you have progression, but it's also viable endgame gear for people who want to do something to be able to be at the high end. People who want to do mythic pluses, people who want to do mythic raids, people who want to be at the upper end. You need gear. WoW is designed around gear in many, many ways. It doesn't matter how good a player you are at a certain point. Your skill runs into a glass ceiling of how much gear you've got, right? You need that gear to push that ceiling higher. So, if you're paying attention, that means people who just like playing the game, people who enjoy getting somewhere in the game, you know, so-called casual players, such as myself, and people who like to rotate towards the higher end of the game, all three groups are benefited from the way they've attached gear to the delve system. And the specifics are all about how it interconnects with the upgrade system, which I already showed off very, very briefly, and the vault, which I also showed off very, very briefly, among just the gear and the delves themselves. It is a very good system. Because, yeah, sorry, Huthor also brought up a very important additional tidbit. Delves... Let me walk that sentence back. War Within zigs where Shadowlands zagged. If you remember, Shadowlands had many different mechanisms for progression, and you kind of had to do all of them. And that meant every day or week doing a lot of things, which is probably going to start feeling like grind pretty soon, just in order to stay ahead, in order to keep progressing and keep having all those things I just talked about. Over here in War Within, there are multiple feasible vectors of being able to have that kind of progression, to be able to keep up. Delves are one of them, which you can do and don't have to. There's always going to be something better, of course, something faster or whatever, but still. So, before we talk about anything else about delves, we have to talk about itemization, which is what I just talked about. That is really, really good itemization. The fact that they made delves so rewarding, regardless of everything else, and made it so optional, regardless of everything else, is phenomenal. That is an easy triple positive and an absence of several negatives that could have existed. Done. Next thing. So, I've already shown this off very, very briefly. Here's the delves interface, right? So you've got a delve seasonal. This is interesting. But as you get through, you get mostly cosmetic-y little things, but also some other little fun things. You know, being able to get coffer keys, we'll talk about that later. That's fun, that's fine, that's a little bonus thing, which I'm not super invested in talking about. This, however... Oh, hello. He's level 24 for me. Do I have my curios?
All right, let's do this. Through here.
Hang on. Okay, it looks like I don't have my curios. He's still level 24, though. So, we can see the abilities he has. Oh, okay, Popanix. That makes sense. Here's his abilities and how they work. You get very used to these. You don't really need to redo all this. But he does actually have new abilities. Sorry, he has abilities. I can tell you at a glance that several of these are different than what they used to be, which is interesting. In fact, actually, I can see, oh, here's the tank, which is brand new. And just got nerfed. Anyways. So let's see. I'm a DPS, which I believe means I want a healer. So why don't we go ahead and switch you over to that. There we go. You can change his role. You can change the curios. Curios are exactly the same. They're kind of like mutators. You notice you only have 2 slots. That's because they're basically like trinkets, to put it into very, very simple terminology, or accessories from a lot of other games. That makes perfect sense, WoW TNT. It really does. Delves are such a knockout success. It's one of the smartest things they've done in a long time. In fact, I would go so far as to say that the only thing they've done which was smarter and more universally good to the game than Delves is dragonflying. If you've been paying attention, you know just how much of a sea change dragonflying was to this game. The Epic Egg. He throws out an egg, which you then have to actually do damage to. If you do, then it cracks open, and you now get a nice big Devilsaur T-Rex pet for a little bit to help out. So, good interface, reasonable execution, a little bit of customization. Nothing too fancy, but I think that's a good thing. Don't mistake me, I love being able to do customization. I would love to have something like, you know, this for Braun. But if I'm being completely honest with myself, I know that that would not be a good decision. This is what I want. But it's not necessarily what is the best possible thing for Delves. Delves really should keep it simple. Exactly, Croc-and-Son. You have your role, you have your curios, and you have his level. And his level directly translates into this right here, which increases certain things based on his level. That's it. That's what it... Yeah, something like StarCraft 2's Kerrigan would also be really good. But same general concept. Do you want this ability or this ability? If you remember, the Diablo 3 Henchman had the same general concept as well. So, this is good. This is definitely good. Yeah, very good foundation for a system they can do a whole lot with. Of course I follow redundant. Okay. So, I think... Let's go ahead and just do our first, you know... Yep, there we go. Our first delve. Oh, some people are wondering how we're going to review delves. So, I have a phrase. Possible, feasible, reasonable, or just PFR. If you want a full description of that, type !PFR right now. But if you don't want a full explanation, I'll give you a quick thing. It's exactly what it sounds like. Reviews are always limited because in some cases and in many games, there's no real way to do everything, right? For whatever reason, it is just not feasible, possible, and or reasonable in order to show off all content in a game. Delves fall into that. I will do each delve once, but I will not do each story because that's effectively impossible. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to hit each delve at least once. Whichever story we get for that delve is the story we get for that delve. And we're just going to live with that.
Bring Beladar's warmth to those in need.
Sure.
Glad you comply. Follow me down to the archive and I'll show you what Dagran and I have been working on.
Yeah, exactly, Croc-and-Son. It is possible to do that, but it's not feasible. And so we're just not even going to try. So, plug your ears, plug your ears.
There we go. Batteries in.
I should have all these unlocked as is.
Let's see what this thing knows. Blast it all to the nether. I read about this.
What's the problem, Dagran?
That
all these
would be awesome, though, just now.
We'll need more disk fragments if we're to get anything useful out of this machine.
I suppose that's where our friend comes in.
If I have to switch to my main, I can switch to my main, because I know I have all that crap unlocked. Thank you, little one, for the sub. And for 2 years of support. Much appreciated. If you give me a moment, I will put that anniversary sub towards Live Alive R, Pokemon Violet, Civilization 7. You got it. Okay, so, delves. Yeah, so I don't know if I really finished my story there, but yeah, me and Pax went off and we did this one, Greek Falls Rest, which was Take Candle, just to give you the specific scenario we got. And we loved it. We fell in love with it instantly. I wanted to go do another one immediately. We didn't, obviously, but man. I also have another small story. You heard me just talk about variances, so each delve has at least one story to it. And by at least one, I mean at least two. I don't know how many all of them have. Shrug. But what I do know is that there are multiple stories, and that's based off of changing it every week and a bit of RNG, because there's no way to change which story you're going to get in any given delve. That's a damn shame, because it's probably the only complaint I have about delves, is there needs to be a chunk lever to allow the player to change which story they're going to get. I didn't even know there were more than one stories for a really long time, because what our policy was as we were going through War Within is exactly what I just told you we're going to be doing. Do each delve once. So we'd see each story that was there that week once. It wasn't until much later we were going back through... Okay, guys. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Hang on. It wasn't until we were going later through a delve in the third zone. I'm just going to say it that way. Breaking this time? Okay, it was this delve right here. The Mycomancer Cavern. And we got that story. And that's how I found out there were multiple stories. There we go. So I've talked this up too much. Let's go ahead and review Earthcrawl Mines. Oh, I can actually go pretty far up. We'll try tier 3. So it tells you the gear, tells you what you're going to get, tells you what kind of enemies you're going to fight.
Glad to see Adelgon finally sent us some help.
I don't know if we can even do tier 3, to be quite honest with you. We're going to try.
Let's rescue these folks and avoid these webs.
Welcome, Outlander.
You must aid us. The Nerubians have taken the miners hostage. It is not a coincidence we were targeted right after the Coreway was destroyed. After all, we're the ones who can repair it. Help me traverse the mines, rescue my colleagues, and defeat the Nerubians. In exchange, I will give you access to the treasure cache deeper in the mines.
Returning to task.
So this is not the scenario we got the last time I did this. Oh yeah, I should probably get the food, but it's too late.
Don't step in those webs. Nerubians might pop out if you do.
Oh no, tell me more about it. In great detail, constantly. That is about a third of a level. Interesting, Carolina. I guess that makes sense, considering. Detect them. Okay, let's see how we do. So there's the egg I actually mentioned earlier. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I noticed the webs are a little different.
You won't hit us with that one.
So I'm a little surprised they actually changed up core mechanics like this. I wasn't expecting that. So this is something I have to show off if I see one. Fine.
That's everyone here. Let's keep this cart moving.
The stupid monkey always procs at the end of a fight, I swear.
They're behind us! Watch out!
Probably my biggest complaint about Braun Healer, personally, is that so much of his healing is tied into those stupid potions on the ground. And I'm sorry, on the actually hard stuff, I'm usually a little bit busy and having trouble seeing those stupid potions. This is not actually hard, obviously. This is tier 3 nonsense, but get up to 10 and 11. Oh. And yeah, when you actually need the potions, they're not there.
People out of here.
What's this? It's a treasure crab. It is. Yeah, I know, I like that web respawn. That is a smart mechanic there, honestly. What's going on, Zectaft? Okay, there's your first one. We wanted to show something off for a second here. So, hey, look.
That's more like it.
So yeah, they added some playground abilities to these. There's a few, and a few sources of them. No, Tyr, I haven't even done Siren Isle yet. Yeah, the Torghast abilities have always been a good idea, so I'm glad they've still found new life in various things. That was true in Dragonflight as well. So I mentioned a little mechanic I want to show off, and that's this little thing right here. These share, first and foremost, if you're in a group, and they give experience to Braun. That's it. Nice little bonus thing to reward you for roaming around, being thorough, and exploring. I should have probably done a tier 1 just to speed this up. I apologize. Yeah, my Braun's nowhere. Because I haven't really been grinding delves. That takes time I don't usually have. Yeah, I got this thing. Take a swig. Increase your movement speed by 1 to 60% for 12 seconds. Only usable in delves and in Khaz Algar. Results may vary. I thought we already knew that, Taft. Either way, that's great news. I just thought that had already happened. What I find most interesting about the new swirlies is I haven't really seen them that much in all the old content we've been doing. That's one of the first times it's been really, really obvious that there's one of the new telegraphs. Oh yeah, very FF14, and in a good way. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Both games need to cross-pollinate more. Oh, that makes sense, Acta. Okay. Well then, yeah, that is awesome news. Congrats. I mean, that makes sense. Programming-wise, it is probably something that they would have to manually go back and tag to everything, and that would take a second.
Meet us up above.
Don't stand there. Sorry. I did actually, Dr. Nimbus. And yes, I am very impressed. Very impressed. Sorry, what? For real. It is amazing to me how much information was conveyed in such a short period of time. And they did a write-up, of course, but they also just put together little videos. And frankly, those videos do a wonderful job of conveying what's up. Oh man, Uthor. We've barely reviewed housing because we've barely had games that have housing to review. Like Guild Wars 2 doesn't really have anything. FF14's is kind of locked off in its own world. And kind of simple and hard to get.
Freely. No directive.
And I don't have a house in ESO. There's one I want. I'm never getting it.
Another ambush. This must be how they captured the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that such a weird thought, Uthor? I thought about that too. Yeah, a lot of people rag on Braun because, you know, his barks can be meme-worthy. I don't actually mind them. Not really. They're audio barks for a reason.
All right. New directives. You take out the Nerubians ahead, and we'll follow behind.
Good idea. Yeah, imagine being, hey Uthor, you know, this is me from the future. WoW's going to be the first MMO we review housing in. Yeah, he's kind of a built-in DBM. I do kind of wish there was a silence option, other than just hitting Control-S. There's not much to review there, Evo. I mean, there's housing cosmetics, which obviously got their positives, because duh. But, like, that's it. There's no housing system, really, in FF14. There's nothing to review. You get a place, or actually you don't! And then you set up stuff on it, and you put up your, you know, your things, and that's kind of it, you know. You realize I'm gonna have to set up my house first time on camera. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to hold on to customizing my first house until I can do it on stream. But don't worry, I'm well accustomed to waiting very, very long times to do stuff in this game for you guys.
The treasure room is up ahead. We'll wait for you to clear the area first.
So, mid-mission checkpoints. You can change out your equipment, you can buy and sell a couple of things, get some repairs on if you're dying a bunch. And this is a mid-mission checkpoint. So, you know, you can actually start over again here if you die. What am I in combat with? Nothing. I'm not in combat. Don't lie to me, game. Oh, yeah. I just noted, I actually even just looked up there to see what our mission cap, or our life cap was. And I realized that this is so low tier, we probably don't have one of those. There's a lot of smart design though. It's like a lot. I'm going to give a whole speech when we get to the end of this run, but it's going to boil down to, if you're new to WoW, just play Dragonflight War with it. If you really care, old WoW is there, but honestly, modern WoW is where it's at this point, and I don't really have much else to add to that.
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close.
Go ahead and grab this. Yeah, Modern WoW has been crushing. When I saw that score for Dragonflight, there was just this moment of, okay, but I still stand by it. Because, yeah. Must ensure the coreway is never repaired. Hey, it's Xerix again. Web General Abenar. Look around for any obvious experience things here. Yeah, at the start there will be 2 housing areas. An Elwyn Forest-based one and a Durotar-based one. There's one. Are these not giving experience for him? Oh, yeah. They actually aren't. It has to be 4 or higher at the level he's at. That's funny. Oh, good to know.
They'll never be using that move.
Yeah, it's something we've been talking about a lot. One of the many things Modern WoW has been doing right is coming up with a system first and then escalating and expanding on it later. So yeah, let's get housing in the game, functional, operable, etc. Then we'll think about adding on to it.
You got to dodge!
Yeah, speaking as a project manager, that is absolutely the way to go with that. I don't think we do, Mr. Floyd, no. They never cover it in either quest chain, so who knows? I would want to pick someplace that would appeal to the most number of players possible before. I'm not going to pick what I want. Having said that...
Nothing old Gran can't get through.
Make sure to get your gold. Use. Instructions. Step 1, latch missile to back. Step 2, ignite missile. Step 3, go up. So, reverse engineered goblin death bomb. When any player's health falls below 50% during combat, he throws a giant bomb that explodes on impact. The explosion knocks back and slows surrounding enemies and heals nearby party members. 90-second cooldown. That's not bad.
Nice find!
I will actually equip that right now. Not just because it's the only one I have. I'm probably going to continue MSQ.
Loads of forgotten. There's more to explore out there. And you know me, can't resist a good cave.
Yeah, no, I noticed, Uthor. This has been intermittent throughout the expansions. You'll notice it wasn't in Shadowlands at all. But they're all frickin' here in War Within. I'm pretty sure this is when this feature was added. Was the map being expanded upon. And yeah, they're all there. And yeah. This is also when the event tab started being a thing. Oh, there's a... we're probably too late for that. Hang on. Oh, by the way, delves are possible for gameplay positives for the same general reason that scenarios were. So, we will be reviewing each delve on the gameplay axis, not merely the narrative one. Yeah, most delves don't have much of a narrative axis. Damn. Am I too late? Did this just end, or is it just beginning?
Are you here to see one of our plays? Conversation terminated.
Damn it. Yeah, it just ended. Oh well. I'm dumb. No. Cure white noise. Maybe as part of the Patch Within stream. Maybe. But not part of the Launch Within stream. That's right. That means it's going to be Launch Night and Patch Night. Respectively. That is good, though. If it was done that quickly, it means they're pushing through it. The hell is this? Uh-huh. Oh, ha! Lol. Cure white noise. I need AFK for a few minutes. I'll be back. apologies. Ooh.
Keeper's beard! The quarry is overrun with Thungarians!
And whose fault is that? Your edict is to protect the Isle, not just the city, and not just the Oathsworn.
You address the Queen Regent of the... Must have been hard for you to walk away.
Yes, I was the Stone Ward. With the Stonebound, I built all of Dornogal, but I could not remain there. The Stonebound continued to mine and build and maintain. That was our edict. But after thousands of years, the Titans were silent, and yet we still built. My people wanted something more. Many began to drop their tools and leave for the wolds. I argued for them, that we all should be able to choose. But Baelgrim was furious, and Merrick's would not defy the Titans either. And so, I joined my people here.
Leaving all you know for what you think is right, that takes some courage.
Or faulty programming. We are free, but we did choose to live unprotected. And now, my people suffer again.
Well, I may be an outlander, but I think you are in the right. And these Oathsworn should be protecting you. Having a different opinion doesn't make you any less earthen.
That is not Baelgrim's assessment.
Well, let's hope he'll come around. For now, we can only help ourselves and get your people healed.
The Unbound welcome all.
I have unlocked Ron Bronzebeard.
Heed the call of the unknown.
What? Oh, there we go.
Go where you will. I will answer your queries. Follow what drives you.
Oh, that's fine.
Come back and share your experiences.
I don't have a strength staff on right now, because I equipped the wrong one. By staff, I mean mace. Whoops. That's been true all day, too.
Conversation initiated. As you will.
Okay, I really hate to do this. I think I'm actually going to cut off early. I am dizzy. Levels of tired right now. So I probably shouldn't be pushing myself right now. I'm almost positive I'm fighting something off. For this.
My faith kindles my hope. All the peoples of Khaz Algar
Ignore her.
are
She's
coming
not here.
together
She's
more
not
than
here.
ever. Because of you.
What brings you here? Good luck, friend.
Those.
Be careful.
Alright, what do we get? Take that. And that. Nice. Still have Shadowlands gear on. Jesus. Yeah, no, I'm spacing pretty hard. So, I apologize. I do hope you've been enjoying. I'm really excited to be in War Within. Finally. Tomorrow, hopefully without any maintenance issues, more of this. I'll see you guys.